Hello everyone. Today we have a great topic, everybody's favorite. Do you want to guess? Family gatherings on special occasions and holidays. I know it's your favorite. It's my favorite too, actually. Easter being a couple of weeks from now, my clients, many of them started asking me about these holiday problems. Usually biggest holidays when people get together. Christmas, there you go. I still have my Christmas tree in March, and others are Easter or Thanksgiving. Okay, so what we will talk today about, we will talk about very interesting things, and those are all from my clients or just people send me on social media their concerns because Easter is in horizon. So today we will discuss about few issues with family gatherings. It's so I will tell you how to deal with those issues. Okay, so some of them are people don't get along very well. That's the biggest one actually. Too much work needs to be done, like too much cooking after too much cleaning, or too much money has to be spent on food and other stuff. Too far to commute. Some people live in different states in Canada, in different provinces, and gas prices are very expensive now, especially in Canada. How to uninvite unwanted guests, even if they're family, and how to decline an invitation. And there are a few more problems that I will discuss at the end, but these are the biggest ones. Okay, so let's start with people not getting along. We probably saw in some of the movies, and one of the famous movie is Scent of a Woman with Al Pacino. He's not invited on his brother's holiday dinner, but he still show up, and they get in fight, and basically his nephew kicks him out together with a boy who came with him. It's a very good example actually that happens a lot, unfortunately, that families don't get along, and when they meet each other in holidays they remember things that happened many years ago, and here you go, the fight. Okay. What I always tell people, regardless of how much we love our family or friends, if you know that there are two people or more than two people that don't get along, please don't put them on the same table, okay? What you can do, if the occasion is on restaurant, divide your table and just make a seating so all people who get along with sits on one table, and who doesn't get along sits on another. This is one of the options. If table is not big and it's in your home, see who that person is. Maybe it's one person who doesn't get along with anyone. Maybe in that case you just don't have to invite that guest. Okay. And again, people feel bad. Oh my god, I feel bad, it's my aunt or it's my cousin, it's my brother. If they have bad personality and they don't get along with anyone, maybe they should see a psychologist or work on themselves. Why they're the only one that don't get along with anyone. And this is not your fault, and you shouldn't be feeling ashamed for not inviting them and blaming yourself. It's just not your fault, okay? Invite only those people who love you, who respect you, who treat you well, and who love, respect, and treat well your guests as well. Okay. How to decline an invitation. So let's say yours is just an example. Okay, your sister calls and invites you, and you don't want to go there. Maybe you don't get along with her in-laws. It's just an example. In this life, anything is possible, right? You can tell your sister or friend or whoever invites you that you don't want to go to the event. Just tell them that thank you for invitation, I really appreciate it, but if you received already another invitation, tell them I already received another invitation, or tell them, thank you so much for your invitation, but I want to spend this holiday just with my family at home, or we're going on vacation with my family if you are going. And don't feel bad about it, just thank them and say goodbye. That's all. You don't need to give them big explanation, and if they feel offended, it's up to them, right? You always have to do what is convenient for you. You don't have to make your decision based on other people's expectations, feelings, or any other reason. Always, always, always put yourself first, okay? Next one, you have to spend too much money, or it's too much to cook or decorate. Maybe it's a huge wedding. So in this case, make a list of the most important, those ones you love, those ones you respect, not based on their rank in your family. Aunts, uncles first, then their husbands and spouses. It's not like that, okay? So in my events, my top guests are the one who I love a lot, who loves me a lot, who love me and respect me and treat me well. This is how it's supposed to be. Forget about those old traditional things. Put yourself first. I always tell people, since 2020, in entire world, everyone had enough. And if there is some relative or family member you cannot stand, but you feel obligated to invite them to your weddings or other occasions, don't do it, okay? It's you have to pay for those people, especially if they come to expensive banquet halls, like most people do for the weddings. And too far to commute. Someone invites you and it's too much. You have to drive to another state or another province. Gas is expensive. It's very hard to book flights for last 2 years in pretty much any country in the world, and it's on and off. So just kindly decline. Tell them it's due to commute. And if someone declines your invitation due to commute, please understand them as well. Okay. So guests who ask for invitations, sometimes it happens that some of our family members or friends, they hear that we're going to have a holiday or any other occasion, or maybe a wedding or engagement party, and you don't invite them, you did not invite them, but they heard about the occasion from other family members, and now they're demanding or asking for invitation. So tell them kindly that you do respect them and you appreciate them, but tell them you only invited those people you wanted to invite. If they feel offended, if they start harassing you, just end the call politely. You don't have to invite 300 family members and spend $60,000 on your wedding, and you don't even know the other 200 of them, and you just invited them out of obligation, or your parents asked them to invite them. The same thing with holidays. Only invite those you want to invite and that fits your budget. Unfortunately, there are some people it's just life, but there are some people, I don't know why they are like that. You did not invite them in your holiday or your occasion, and they still showed up. Yeah, there are people like that, and it's not very good actually. If someone did not invite you on the occasion or holiday, please don't take it personal. You don't know what happened. Maybe they don't have enough money, invite all their friends and family. Maybe they feel you live too far. You don't know the history behind it. And if they don't invite you, please don't show up, especially if it's a wedding. Banquet halls reservation is 1 to 2 years ahead of time, sometimes 3 years, both in Canada and United States. And they won't be able to find 2 more chairs for you and your +1. So be respectful. If your friends or family members show up, even though you did not invite them, please tell them that you did not invite them It's not like you forgot. There is a strong reason behind it. And if they get offended, don't worry about it. Hopefully they will leave. If they don't, hopefully it's not gonna get to that moment. Almost all banquet halls and big restaurants, well, I don't know about in which country you are watching me now. In Canada, they do. And they are trained, those security guards, that there could be, like wedding crashers and stuff. So they can politely walk them out of the door. And don't feel guilty, don't feel uncomfortable. Even if other friends or family start asking why you didn't let them in, tell them they weren't invited. If they start asking questions, tell them party goes on, you don't have time to explain. Be bold and brave enough in these kind of situations, okay? Declining invitation, uninviting a family member or friend that you don't want in your occasion, or letting an uninvited guest go if they showed up. So actually in my circle we did have a person like this. I remember my teenage years, it was very, very extended family, and she used to show up with her adult daughter, and because she was very, very extended family, obviously our circle did not invite her, but she always it was her wish. I didn't know her well. She always wanted to be invited in all the weddings, in all birthday parties, any occasions, including holidays, especially holidays. And we were just nice enough. My aunts and uncles were nice enough. We used to bring just 2 extra chairs. I'm sure a lot has changed since then. I have changed too. If someone would do it today, I would tell them, thank you for coming, but unfortunately you weren't invited. Tell them you only invited close family members and very close friends, and just say goodbye and let them out the door, okay? Okay, what other problems could be there? And please be kind enough to go to places where you are invited, okay? So don't show up to places like that, like my extended family member. It's not very nice, and it's too much uncomfortable situation for the host as well. And if someone doesn't invite you, just think about it. Maybe they don't value or love you enough. Do you want to sit in the same table with people who don't care about you that much, who don't love you that much, that they didn't invite you for important occasion on holiday, especially holidays like Easter, Thanksgiving and Christmas? We do really meet with very important people, right? Like very close people we like and appreciate. Other problems, scandalous relatives. I talked about it a little bit. As I said, you can put them on a different table, or the best version, not to invite them. Sometimes there is one person that doesn't get along with anyone. It's easy, you just don't invite that one person. Well, not that easy, but still. Sometimes it can be just 2 people don't get along. I know it's a problem, and I will tell you a real life situation that I had. We had a very big circle. Yes, when I didn't know people that well, many years ago, I used to have a very big circle of friends. There was a girl, she was my friend's, our common friend's girlfriend. It's not just me, she was just very envious and jealous of women who were pretty and successful. Unfortunately, she couldn't get her education, and nothing wrong working in fast food restaurants, but this was most of her jobs from changing from one fast food restaurant to another, because she didn't have an education. And she wasn't very attractive and a little bit overweight. Still, as a life coach, I always encourage my clients to still be proud of yourself no matter what. Set the goals, but if they don't work, still be proud of yourself. Don't look at your weight, or if someone thinks you're not pretty or you think you're not pretty, still be proud of yourself. respect and love yourself. So she did not love herself, obviously. When someone is jealous and envious, okay, of you, it means they don't like themselves. That love is missing in themselves. They don't respect, they don't value themselves. And how she showed her jealousy, so she basically, for example, I am talking and she used to overtalk. Everyone is listening to me. She used to overtalk so other people don't hear me. Or another pretty woman in our circle, and successful woman, is talking and she's being rude to her and cutting her off and trying to be argumentative. So I noticed it in her behavior. And what I did when I had parties and occasions, I stopped inviting her, okay? And if her boyfriend doesn't like it, that's fine. I used to tell him, if you want, you can come yourself, but your girlfriend is not invited. That's it. And I noticed some other women did the same thing in our circle. Obviously, they're not blind, and people can feel when someone is disrespecting them or being jealous and envious towards them. And he still sometimes used to take her with him, and I used to tell him, don't bring a person I did not invite. So you have to be bold in this case. So that's the case. If there is someone in a party that you don't get along with, see who that is. If it's an extended family member and you're coming to your parents or siblings, tell them not to invite them. Obviously, you're more important and closer to your family, right? If they choose that person over you, that's fine. Go to another party where you will be loved, respected, treated well. They can invite that rude and jealous and scandalous family member or friend. Another thing that comes a lot, some people, some relatives or families, unfortunately don't know their limit with alcohol. They drink too much, they don't behave properly, and obviously it's not good. In this case, okay, you have to talk to them. That in other occasions they drank a lot, they did not behave well, and it's children around, and they should maybe drink less or stay at the party for maybe 1 or 2 hours and leave. If it happens again, don't invite them. Maybe they should seek a professional help. Maybe they have problems with alcohol, and they should fix it or know their limit. So that's the solution with alcoholic relatives or friends. Some other questions that I was asked, difficult children. Unfortunately, yes, some people can be difficult. I know what you mean, and I know it's children, they don't always understand everything, but some children cause too much damage to property, okay? They may break expensive things, okay? Or they may not behave well. Or they can damage an expensive banquet hall, and you will end up paying for their damage, obviously, right? 1 second, let me grab water. Sorry. I'm usually very casual life coach. By the way, sorry, forgot to tell you, I'm a life coach. I've been life coach for over 10 years. That's why I know so many problems and situations that happen in these kind of family gatherings. I help people with a lot of issues. You can go to my Instagram, link is below, and add me there. And I listed there all the services I provide. And when you go to on YouTube about, there I listed all the services I provide as well. If you want to book an appointment with me, please DM me in Instagram, or I will put my email below. If I forget, please remind me. Just leave a comment, and sometimes I may forget, and I will provide you with my email. Okay, so problems with children. Actually, I did get many invitations on weddings, and wedding invitation, it says in the bottom, as I just printed for everybody's invitation, wedding for adults only, so no children. Some people are doing that. Other option for big occasions like wedding and engagements, people hire a special nanny. She is trained. There is a corner in the banquet hall or a restaurant, and there is a seat for kids, and that person supervises them. Okay, because truly saying that there are lots of shows, a lot of things on stage going on, and the hosts don't like children running around here and there, being on every picture and in video, on a professional video shoot. Obviously, please try to understand them. And if you get an invitation, no children, please don't get upset at your friends or family. Just hire a babysitter for 2-3 hours and you should be fine. Many people are doing it now. Many people are doing for the holidays as well. They invite and they just say, you know, this occasion is adults only, because prior they had a lot of problems when children did not get along. There was a huge fight, and they damaged the property, and the damage was huge. So please try to understand, like obviously I would feel bad if I would have to leave my child with a babysitter. I would want them on a big holidays, obviously. But it's life, okay? It's not convenient for everyone to invite every family member and friend with 2-3 children. So please understand the other side as well. And the same thing for you. If you notice that the children of your friends or family members, they don't treat your children well, and they beat them up for no reason, it's hard to supervise them, or their parents don't care and don't supervise at all. They just eat, drink, dance, and have fun. And the kids are just damaging your stuff or beating up other kids. Next time when you're inviting, tell them it's just you and your spouse, no children. That's it. If they get offended, that's okay. Your party will be really great even without them. I'm sure you have other great friends and family members who understand your situation. Okie doke, next one. This one I got actually a lot for last 2 years because of this. I will use short words because whole social media is heavily censored in the entire world, and I don't want my video to be taken down because of CVID. You know what I'm talking about. A lot of people messaged me that they feel very offended. Their family members, even close ones or friends, did not invite them for the very big occasion or holiday. To begin with, people are scared not to get infected. This is number one. So don't feel bad if you don't get invited. This is number one reason for last 2 years. Second one, and I noticed it in weddings and engagement parties, pretty much in everything, all the occasions become smaller. People who used to invite on the occasions 100 to 200 people. I used to see on weddings like 100 to 200 people. Now I go to weddings, it's like 25 to 30 people. So all occasions, in all occasions, amount of people became less, okay? Yes, due to the virus, number one. Number two, budget. Everything became expensive, okay, in North America, so try to understand. Seats on restaurants, banquet hall, price of food, everything became expensive. Number three, people learned their lesson to, just like I did when I used to have before way too many friends. Some of them were jealous and envious. Do you want to be on the same table with people who are jealous and envious after of 2 years of torture that whole humanity went through? No, you don't. That's the reason. So that's why like people only invite those who they really love, very close ones. So don't get offended, and you can do the same thing. Don't feel obligated to invite every single family member on a holiday if it's not convenient for you, if it's out of your budget, and if it's too expensive, if it's in restaurant or banquet hall. You don't owe anyone an invitation. Something very interesting one that happens a lot. You get an invitation in the last moment, okay? So this is a huge red flag. Why it happens? Somebody's wedding is in 2 days and they're calling you and inviting your partner. It happens because someone declined the invitation and they have 2 empty chairs and you are the second option. I always decline this kind of invitations. Love and respect yourself enough not to be somebody's second option, okay? And thanks them for inviting you. Tell them next time if they have an occasion to let you know up front, especially if it's a wedding. People get invitation many months ahead of time, maybe 1 year sometimes. Even if it's holiday, it should be at least 2 to 3 weeks before, right? Especially big ones like Christmas. And tell them straight up front that you're not somebody's second option. And tell them now they have 2 extra chairs. If someone gets tired after dancing, they can stretch their legs. Be very firm, okay? Because this is very rude to make someone a second option. And if the same thing happens with you, you invited someone, your guests declined 1 or 2 days, don't try to fill it up by inviting somebody in the last moment, unless you have friends who don't respect themselves enough to say no to this kind of invitation. And another thing, yes, I know there are lots of problems with family and friends gatherings, especially around holidays. Another problem is obviously in all the weddings, engagement parties, in many birthday parties, even people invite you with your +1, right? And maybe you don't have a husband, you don't have a wife, and you don't have a boyfriend, you don't have a girlfriend, or you don't want to bring your friend to your family's occasion. I don't like it either, actually. I keep family separate, friends separate, really. Especially if it's something like Christmas or Easter, religious holidays. And you see probably in movies how people go crazy by finding +1 to bring a beautiful woman to show to their family, like they fake it's their girlfriend, or they hire someone and it's kind of their fiance and it's a handsome guy. And you probably see it a lot in Christmas movies. They're usually comedies, but in real life it does happen. People try so hard to find +1 who is very suitable, that their family members won't judge them if they bring that person to the holiday or a wedding or any other fun family occasion. Let me tell you this. Again, put yourself first and love and respect yourself enough. If you are in a situation where you have to go off your head to search for a great looking person, educated, who knows how to behave properly in family gatherings so your family don't judge you, what kind of family do you have? Does your family accept you as you are? Does your family accept your circle and your friends as you are? Because this is how it's supposed to be. Or is your family okay and still love you if you come just by yourself? If they really love you, if they really appreciate you, you can just come by yourself and you can be single. And they still should love you and not to question you why you came by yourself. Especially during these times when virus is around, not many people want to go and search around and asking friends to come to their family gatherings to be their +1. Or accept or your family should accept whoever you bring to the party, even if that person is not pretty, is not very well educated, maybe that is not very great with manners either with family. Your family should still respect your choice, right? Maybe that person is your friend or your date. But what I always suggest to my single clients, because they're the one who feel really bad about it, like I don't have a plus one or I don't have suitable plus one, learn to wear your crown. Just dress well, buy your gift, and show up. You don't have to search for 3 weeks to bring someone on a Christmas dinner. It's just your family's Christmas dinner. You're not meeting with a queen or president or something. You know, it doesn't have to be so super formal, and you don't have to come with a supermodel that your family says wow and say try to love you more or appreciate you more. No matter what your social status is or how much you achieved, or you're single or not single, regardless of your age. Some families, oh my god, you're 40 and still not married. They say both of their son and daughter. Regardless of that, they have to love you and respect you, okay? Just because you're human, okay? Your family has to love you no matter what. Doesn't matter if you graduated from a U of T, from Harvard, from Oxford, became vice president or CEO, or work at McDonald's. If you are married and have 3 children, or you're not married at all, you don't have any children, your family should love you and accept you as you are. I will make a separate video on this. People work very hard for their families to be loved and accepted. If you have to work overnight for your family and friends to accept you, are they really your friends? Are they really your loving family? And do you want to sit with those kind of people in the same table? I always tell my clients, and I'm telling you, go to occasions and invite people, and always have in your table people who love you, who respect you, who treat you well, no matter what's going on in your life, no matter about your social or financial status. Those are your true family members, and you don't have to be blood related. And regarding a holiday, last thing, I know a lot has happened in the world with many restrictions still going on in some states and some provinces. Sometimes you can decline all invitations and just sit by yourself or with your family, with your partner and children, and celebrate a great and amazing holiday at home. Doesn't matter if it's Christmas, Easter. If you're single, if you don't have any friends and family, make a great grocery shopping, or get a catering for an amazing restaurant, buy champagne if you drink alcohol, or great wine, and celebrate it by yourself, and don't feel bad. Don't feel bad that no one invited you. Don't feel bad that you're not having a big table with a lot of friends and family. Don't feel bad because you didn't get invited to somebody's wedding or anything like that. Sit by yourself, cook something very nice, okay? Dress up well, even if it's just you. Find your favorite movie on Netflix or your favorite TV show, and just enjoy it. You don't have to be in a circle of 50 people of your family and friends on holidays, on Christmas. Or not every friend has to invite you to their weddings, birthdays, and engagements. That's okay, it's life. And sometimes it's better to be by yourself and have a peace of mind and harmonious holidays than being on a big gathering of family members of 80 people and having scandals, remembering all the things that happened in the past 30 years, which happens a lot, especially in Christmas. Okay, so I love you a lot. Don't worry that much about holidays. Love yourself, take care of yourself, okay? If you want if you want me to make a video on certain topics, please go ahead, send me DM on Instagram or comment below, and if that's what I do, because there are different life coaches. There are some life coaches that are life coaches for sports, and few people ask me if I'm a life coach for sport. No, I'm not. As I said, I listed everything on About Me on YouTube. You can go and read it. And based on subjects that I work with, you can ask me to do a video, and I will try my best to do it, even though I'm very busy, but I will try. Please like the video, share it if you think that someone will need it before a big holiday, and Easter, a very big holiday for the Western world. Please share it as much as you can. This video, I'm sure, can help many people to ease off holiday season. And subscribe to my channel, and also you can join my Patreon. You will not lose me if something happens to social media. It's happening around the world to some countries now. So in Patreon you will see my videos first, and I have a few more other perks in there. I love you a lot, and I will see you in my next video.